Lincolnshire County Council Planning Regulation Committee, Monday 13th of January 2025. It is 10:30. I will say Happy New Year to the committee officers and to anybody that might be watching us. We've tried the fire alarm out in the building already, so if you hear a fire alarm, please exit to the rear of me and congregate in the front car park. And as I think everybody is aware, I don't think we've got any visitors in the building. Water and toilets are available should they be needed. Everyone's trained, so and we have just traffic items today. I do need to just vary the agenda slightly in that item 4, Stamford Conduit Road, needs to be deferred because I believe there's some extra work to be done on this. So I'm going to propose that's deferred, seconded by my Vice Chairman. If you're all happy for this, yes, I can see lots of movements in the committee. So we will defer 4.4 Stamford Conduit Road. Item 1 is apologies replacement members. I think most people are here. I believe Councillor Ashton is running a little bit late. I think Councillor Ashley Morris may well be with him as well. Anybody else wish to declare anything? Councillor Skinner.
Thank you, Chairman. I declare an interest in item 4.3 because it's in my ward. I will be speaking on it, hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you. With regard to item 4.2, Lincoln St Andrews Close, I have had communication from a local resident, which I've made the traffic officer aware of. Similarly, I had communications from Conduit Road, Stamford as well, both telephone call and emails. So that one will come forward at a later point, of course. Anybody else, any declarations? Okay, item 3 is minutes of the previous meeting, 2nd December, previously circulated, proposed by Councillor Skinner, seconded by my Vice Chairman. If you're all happy with that, yes, I can see lots of movements. Anybody against, any abstentions? No, you're abstaining? You weren't there. Excellent, thank you. Okay, so therefore we'll move on to the agenda items, and the first one is traffic items for 4.1, Westminster Road, North Icombe, proposed amendments. So, Jan, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chairman. So the first report today relates to proposals at Westminster Road in North Icombe. Next slide, please. This is a large industrial estate with an existing restriction in force which applies Monday to Friday between 8 and 6. Traffic signs are required for this restriction, and these are unfortunately regularly damaged or removed, and therefore we are unable to enforce the restriction. So as a result, parking takes place indiscriminately throughout the cul-de-sac and causes obstruction to, in particular, the many larger vehicles that use this road. An assessment has confirmed that some managed parking may be accommodated, and the proposal for both restricted areas and unrestricted areas is shown at Appendix A. And we've received 3 objections based around the inconvenience these will cause to businesses and the potential increase of traffic speed. At present, uncontrolled parking already causes inconvenience to businesses, and the proposal for both, and so by retaining it on one side of the road and providing areas where vehicles can pull in to allow oncoming traffic to pass, we hope will make the situation better here. In response to concerns raised by an additional business during consultation, we are seeking approval for a minor modification as shown in blue on the plan, which extends the restrictions slightly and will facilitate access into their premises. No traffic signs will be required for these restrictions, so we are hopeful that enforcement is less likely to be compromised. It's therefore recommended in the report that the objections are overruled and that the scheme is approved with the minor modification as described. Thank you.
Thank you for the introduction. I am familiar with this site. I know the Westminster Road industrial site for various businesses I've used in the past. That's not really a declaration, it's just a statement that I've used various businesses there. But I support the amendment and support the TRO being proposed. So I will move it. Can I have anybody else to speak or second, please? Thank you. Would anybody else like to speak to the application? Okay, so proposed and seconded. All in favour, please show now. That is unanimous. Thank you very much. I will say anybody against, any abstentions, and seeing no movements, that is very, very much carried. Thank you. We'll move to 4.2, which is St Andrews Close, Lincoln. Back to you, Jan, please.
Thank you. So St Andrews Close is a cul-de-sac located off the Sinsel Bank area of Lincoln. It's not subject to the residence parking scheme which applies in Sinsel Bank. There is just a restriction on the northern side which applies for a period during the day only. An assessment's being carried out following concerns raised by residents that their accesses are obstructed by parking on the opposite side of the road as the carriageway is very narrow. This parking is long term. Cars can be parked there for very long periods without moving. So to promote a more productive use of the highway here in terms of parking, we're proposing no waiting any time within the turning heads to keep them clear at all times, and also a 1 hour restriction to apply between 10 and 11 Monday to Friday on the south side. We've had 2 objections from residents of Sinsel Bank saying that the area should be maintained as an unrestricted area for those who don't have permits or have more vehicles than permits they are entitled to have, and that residents will be inconvenienced by the proposals. In the office's view, the proposal will deter long-term parking and increase the opportunity for parents to park safely during busy school periods. No residents have objected to the scheme, and it's recommended that these 2 objections are overruled so that the scheme may be introduced as advertised. Thank you.
Thank you for the introduction. I'll therefore open to committee. Give committee an opportunity to speak to this one if they wish. Seeing nobody. Obviously this is an extension across the area of Sinsel Bank, and this animality is just outside of the school. I think that effectively to fit in with the rest of the scheme it does make sense, so therefore I will propose the recommendation. Councillor Murray. Councillor Murray is seconding. Would anybody like to speak to the application? Okay, that's fair time. So therefore proposed and seconded. All in favour, please show now. And I will say that is unanimous. Anybody against? Any abstentions? Seeing no movement, so therefore clearly carried and unanimous. Thank you very much. So therefore I'll move you on to 4.3, which is Sibsey Road, Boston. And Jan, the floor is yours again, please.
Thank you. So Boston Sibsey Road, we had a request from the local county council for an upgrade to the existing pedestrian refuge at this location outside the Pilgrim Hospital. A survey has been completed and gave us a score which justified a zebra crossing here. However, in the policy, because of the high traffic flow on the A15, a zebra would not be suitable, and we are therefore seeking approval for a further upgrade to a puffing crossing facility, and that is the recommendation in this report. Thank you.
Thank you. So open to committee. Paul Skinner, please. Councillor Paul Skinner.
Thank you, Chairman. I brought this forward because of the amount of complaints and concerns I've received over the last 2-3 years, particularly after the housing estate's been built, and there's another one due to come online. So 40 miles an hour past the hospital is a little bit much. So we're hoping that that's going to be resolved, but this crossing is very much needed. Thank you, Chairman. If I'm allowed, sir, I will.
I'm just asking. So proposed by Councillor Skinner. I appreciate completely that the knowledge of the local member is something I would bow my head to, and I do think that it's appropriate outside of a hospital and this vicinity to have safe traffic of pedestrians across the road. Not everybody crossing the road there will be fit and able to run across the road, sprint between traffic. So I think a crossing is a very useful facility, so I'll second. Councillor Reid, do you wish to comment?
Yes, thank you, Chairman. It's well known that where safety is concerned, that Pelican Crossing will be an upgrade, and it will be a safety for the people that want to cross the road. So I'll be very happy to second it on that basis.
Thank you for that. So anybody else wishing to speak? Okay, proposed and seconded. All in favour, please show. Again, that's unanimous. Anybody against? Any abstentions? No, very clearly carried. Thank you very much. And as we've already alluded to, item 4.4, Stamford Conduit Road has been deferred from this meeting, so therefore I will close the meeting. Thank you very much for attending, and safe journey home.